science, being, bipeds, and all souls worth their white, that's W-I-G-H-T, in personage. You say you got the dread? You say you got the fear? You say you got the consternation so bad you can't get off the pot, so you're just gonna shit? Well, don't you dismay, don't you despair, don't you doom scroll your way down the TikTok basement of panic, revulsion, and terror. Nay, that's not what you're paying Wi-Fi for. No, you got a Google's worth of facts, data's, clues, and the word at your fingertips if you just know where to tap. And those ain't just coming out of nowhere, humans. Why, I tells you, the revolution will be organized because the information will not be improvised. Take notes, mark them, label them, put them on a spreadsheet. That's how you excel. You get me? You feel me? You hear me? Humans, hominids, my earthmates, I'm asking you, you world-weary wanderers and warriors, can you dig it? But you're not just digging ditches, you're deep diving into all the answers of all that is and was, and you can do it now, for the low, low price of just giving a shit. And it's all thanks to the handy, hardy, helpful harvester here hauling heaps of horse shit out of the way to brighten your day that you call science! Ah, science! The stars to your wars, the new hope when your empire strikes back. The return of the Jedi to your rise of Skywalker. It can get us to the moon, but it can't bring the moon here. That's physics. That's the law. You want the moon, you got to get up and after it. That's the kind of can-do, too, that gets us up and off this rock. But you got to be careful and cautious because the cosmos is caustic. That's right, star children. Space doesn't give a fuck about you. Space wants you to die. That's how it gets its nutrients or something. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm just here trying to get by like you, just trying to keep my shit together, give hugs, and then get DoorDash and not feel guilty about it. But space doesn't care. It's a vacuum, and that means it sucks. And it's got its own game to play with its own pieces, pods, and slammers of a size that'll scrabble and boggle your perquackies. And no matter how many pieces you got on the home square, space is going to bump your ass back to the start. Sorry, that's the name of the game. Just ask them dinosaurs. Oh, wait, you can't. They're gone. They're dead. Bumped so far back they don't exist anymore. Sorry, Jeff Goldblum. Life did not find a way back home. Because if existence is a game, it's for all the marbles. That's right, we're talking about the end of the world. And if you've been on the socials and whatevers lately, it might seem we're Arma-getting to it pretty Arma-goddamn fast. And recently, it seems the universe itself might be ready to Arma-get-er-done. See, back in 1998, Congress asked NASA to start identifying at least 90% of the near-Earth objects, NEOs if you want a Keanu about it, larger than around 2/3 of a mile, 1 kilometer if you want to drink tea about it. What in the Matrix is a NEO? Well, that is a freaky-deaky little classification for any small solar body orbiting the sun whose closest approach to the sun, the perihelion, if you want to sound all anime about it, is less than 1.3 times the Earth-sun distance. And if that NEO's orbit crosses the Earth's orbit and that object is larger than 460 feet, 140 meters if you want to be all totally logical unit of length about it. But this is America. Get fucked, nerd. We measure in yonders, couple 2 trees, and yard of beers. Anyway. If that NEO is crossing the Earth's orbit is larger than 153.3 yardabeers, then it gets classified as a potentially hazardous object or foe, and there's nothing phony about it. These things are real. Ancient elder gods of the black. 4.6 billion years old they are, so says science! Some of them are comets, but the majority of them are these big-ass boulders barreling out there in the inkness, classified as minor planets. That's not a meteor. A meteor is just a space rock. That's a shooting star. Isn't that cute? You can wish on that shit. As in, you might want to wish on the next piece of space trash that floats by that it isn't a fucking asteroid, little prince, okay? There's a lot of them. Millions of them orbiting between Mars and Jupiter, which is why they call that the asteroid belt. And it's been holding the pants up on this old solar system since it was born. Science figures they are all leftovers from the solar system's formation back in the before times, as in before time as we know it. Anyway, what time is it? Oh, yeah, doom! Then, March 11th, 1998, when science was learning that the solar system is one giant roller derby of NEOs and flows out of Cambridge, Massachusetts, at the Minor Planet Center, they figured out asteroid 1997 XF11 might actually hit the planet in 2028. All of this was merely 3 months before Harry Stamper, Chick Chappell, Rockhound, and Oscar Choice, Barrick Hurleen, Freddie Noonan, Max Leonard, A.J. Frost, Cosmonaut Lev Adropov, and Colonel Willie Sharp of the Freedom and Independence saved us all from Armageddon. And only 1 month before the 5 astronauts and 1 cosmonaut on board the Messiah totally biffed it trying to stop the Wolf-Biederman comet, only to fracture it in 2, causing a massive tsunami out of the Atlantic. It's cool. They made up for it by sacrificing themselves to stop the Wolf fragment, and Elijah Wood outran a tsunami on a dirt bike. 1998 was a fucking year, man. Yeah, both of those came out in 1998. So glad you're with me. Fortunately, in 2018, they figured out that was probably not going to happen because by then NASA's NEO observation program figured out over 95% of near-Earth asteroids currently known. But thanks to movies like Armageddon and Deep Impact, we were taught we already had the fucking answer, and that answer was just blow it the fuck up, stupid! Which, in 2022, NASA did with the double asteroid redirection test, DART if you're nasty. And it did change the asteroid's orbit and shape, meaning that if one of those NEOs and FOs wanted to saddle up to the bar and hit on our planet, we might have a shot deflecting it and get back to enjoying our drinks. And recently, science gave us the high sign to keep an eye on another creep at the other end of the counter. February 12th, 2025, it was announced that new calculations show a 2% chance that 2024 YR4, an asteroid estimated to be about 40 to 90 centimeters or 43.3 to 100 yardabeers, discovered in December of 2024 at the Chilean station Atlas, might crash into our planet in 2032. But hey, humans, hominids, bubbies, babies, me earthmates and neighbors, I'm here to tell you, don't grab your towels and don't panic. This isn't an opinion page. This isn't a hot take. This ain't your uncle's Facebook page. You didn't stumble onto leftover stone-cold right-wing TikToks. This is coming in hot and fresh out of the oven, mixed by experts, peer-reviewed and verified 100% homemade science. Larry Deneau, senior software engineer with the University of Hawaii's Asteroid Impact Alert System, that first spotted the asteroid, told AP, quote, "You don't have to be worried about anything. It's a curiosity." Paul Chodas, director of NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, went on to say in an email, "To be clear, we expect the impact probability to drop to 0 at some point." The thing is, they have to be able to fully observe 2024 YR4, which is tough because it's not on LinkedIn. You gotta wait and see it. The James Webb Telescope is scheduled to observe the asteroid in March and May of 2025, and it's not going to be until 2028 that we're going to get a good look at it again. And then the math will unclench our collective buttholes, even though after the last couple of years, a celestial impact would not be the most insane thing we witnessed on this planet. You guys remember Madam Webb? That was last year. Not to mention 10% of the land surface houses the majority of the world's population. Humans live on concentrated specific regions. Some estimates state that half the world's population lives on 1% of the Earth. So, the chances that we will all have to learn how to outrun tsunamis on a dirt bike if 2024 YR4 outperforms its data is also pretty thin. But it doesn't help that all you hear via the socials are humans that never took an AP course telling you to freak out, get low, and prepare for the end. And that this impact has the potential to be about 500 times more powerful than the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Even if that is kind of the case, you don't need to do all the math. Just enough to figure out what's happening is all we need until we need more. Everyone's a fucking expert without proof that they are on the internet. Humans, I beg you, in the name of Colonel Willie Sharp and the crew of the Freedom and the Independence, look to the experts. Listen to the people that spent their time whilst you were draining a keg to learn how to figure this shit out. I'm telling you, there is comfort in listening to someone who spent their life learning more about something than you so you don't have to. Plus, you don't see my kind freaking out about it. And if anyone should be freaking out about it, it's the birds. We come from dinosaurs. We got generational apocalyptic trauma in our blood. And yet we're cool, we're mellow. I just got mozzarella sticks coming from DoorDash because I trust the science. The most important thing to remember is, why are you afraid, anxious, despaired, and doomed? And it's because you love it here. Deep, impact, down, you love this fucking rock. And maybe that's because it's all you've known, but it's a hell of a dice roll. You got to know it anyway. So that alone is worth the evolution. Humans, there's plenty else to worry about. So trust thems that know would freak out if they needed to. And instead, soak up the reason why you're concerned, because really, and I don't think I'm out of line when I say this, I would stay awake just to watch you breathing. I would watch you smile while you're sleeping. While I'm far away and dreaming, I could spend my life in this sweet surrender. I can stay lost in this moment forever. Where a moment spent with you is a moment I treasure. Wait for it. Everyone! 'Cause I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep, 'cause I'll miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing, 'cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream would never do. I'd still miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing. And thankfully, if that moment ever Arma-gets here, at least I'll have a heads up to a heave a heart, a heartfelt beholden thanks to a handy hint from that hardy horn, a handy helping hand that we call science! Everybody, good night.
Nailed it.